Hello, this is Yosef Lang. Welcome to the weekly shir in Zera Shimshon, Parshas Nasai. It's the 10th day of Sivan, Mitzvah Hashem, and we'll be, as Hashem, having a celebration of our daughter Devorah's wedding to David Yehuda Richmond on Thursday, as Hashem, and as much of the family can be participant, we're going to have happen. So this is from Yud Beis in Parshas Nasai. This is the coming parsha for as Chutzlords, but it was the Parshas Nasai in Eretz Yisrael. So it's Perek Kama the Chulin, Daf Zayin on Beis. It says there, Gedolim Tzadikim b'misasam yoser mi'bechayim. Greater the disease of the Tzadikim in their deaths, more than when they were alive. Yesh Tzadaktik, Lama Naka Dafka B'Lashon Mishel Gedolim. Why does it say they were Gedolim? Well, Dafka mi'bmisasam, Dafka in their death. The mashma b'shas misa at the time of the death. V'lo yamar yafa kaycham shel tzadikim mesim mihat tzadikim chayim. Doesn't say they were greater, the power in the tzadikim that are dead, greater than the tzadikim that are alive. Yesh l'taretz the tzadikim nikraim banim like Kadosh Baruch Hu. First teretz he says is that tzadikim are called children to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shari oisim etzayne shamaka because they do the will of Hashem. The Chena Kasav it says in Tehillim, Hashem Amar Eli B'ni Ato, Bani Matem Hashem Lekechem. A few psukim says they're the children of God. A Perek Kama the Metzia, but Metzia says we say a ben gadol v'seimech al shulchan aviv zeu katan. If a child is older and he still relies on his father's table for parnasa, he's still considered a katan. Katan ve'ena seimech al shulchan aviv. If he's a katan and he doesn't have to rely on his father for parnasa, then he's considered a gadol. The Afkan, that here also that tzaddikim calls mad shehim chayim, you would think the opposite, but this is the way it is. The tzaddikim, as long as they're alive, him seimchem ashulchan hakadosh baruch hu, she'itin lahem azaynas parnasa. Where the tzaddikim in this world are totally relying with their bitachon and their emunah bitachon on hakadosh baruch hu's help to supply them with mezainas and parnasa. They don't do anything of their own. She'ein lahem klum mishal lahem. They don't have anything of their own. The schar mitzvah b'hayam malek, because the reward for the mitzvahs in this world, it doesn't exist. Mishum hachi nikra katanim. That's why they're called katanim in this world. Amnam kishemesu heim oichlin b'shal lahem. But when they pass away and they're eating from their own rewards, v'nani min olam abba k'fi zechusam, and they're having a privileges in the world to come, and they're having they're having a pleasure from all their merits that they did in this world. Az nikroim gedolim, then they're called greats. She'enam samuchim oyed al shulchan avim. They're not relying on their Father in heaven's table. Inami kedamina be'alma. The Gemara in Shua says in Daf Mem Beis Amud Aleph, Godol ve'eno yedea mili de'avua. Katan korele. If he doesn't know the words of his father, he doesn't understand him, he's considered a katan. Yep, they don't understand the ways of God in this world. It's very strange. It's very difficult to understand. Like Moshe Rabbeinu himself asked, tell me your ways. Why is there a tzaddik and he has good, and tzaddik v'raloi, and other tzaddikim don't have it so good, etc. There was 3 questions he asked. Okay, Svaras Rabbi Meir, the Omer Brachas, the Gemara Brachas, Dav Zayin Amud Aleph said, Shtayim nasnu lo ve'achas lo nasnu. Only 2 of the answers he gave him, 1 he didn't. Omnam ha'achar misa mizdabkim be'akadosh baruch hu v'yodim dorchav. So after they're dead, they cling to the ways of God and they understand His ways. Mamish. And that's why they're called the Gedolim. Sheba'olam hazeh afhim, afal pi shehem Gedolim le'enei b'nei Adam. So even though they're great in the eyes of people, but mikol makom katanim legabi avim shebashamayim, they're still katanim in relationship to their understanding of how God works in this world. Aval kishemesu hem Gedolim legamri. But after they pass away, they can become Gedolim because they understand a lot more. The greatness happens at the time they die. Because they're given all the reward. And furthermore, the fisha kishehim chayim yemeim nifradim zemizeh. And furthermore, when they're alive, their days are separated from one another. And every day there's something they do to fix their neshama. And then one day is accumulated to the next, is attached to the next day. When they're dead, and all the days then gather together and they become like one. And it's the site of the pasuk, the days of Israel, which is Yaakov Avinu, came close. What do they mean? They all gathered together. V'yikuvu Yamei David Lamos, and the days of David came to all together to when he died. The Ayin B'Zohar in Parshas Vayechi, it says the Parich, the Gemara, the Zohar asked the Kasha, Hasam over there, Ki Kama Yomei Misbar Nash, how many days did it take for a person to die? So he dies just in 1 second. He doesn't take a long time to die, except some people. But okay, it's all in the Shemayim. But Nafik Melman, he died. The death is really a very quick thing. That's where the Gedolim are the tzaddikim in their death. There's a short little segula that I have from Torah Wellsprings, Rabbi Biederman. One source of parnasa is to be compassionate and to help others, especially the poor. It states in Bamidbar, V'haman Gezerah Gad. The Degel Machan Ephraim explains, the Haman is one's parnasa, Gezerah Gad. It becomes according to the amount that he is God. In the Gemara in Shabbos, Daf Kuf Beis, Kuf Dalet Amud Aleph, says God is the Roshei Tevos of Goimel Chasadim, Gimel Dalet, Goimel Dalim, does kindness with the poor. Because when one has compassion, he receives compassion from above. And Hashem's name for Parnasa is Pei Aleph Yud, which we say in Pesach Esedecho, the Roshei Tevos of Pesach Esedecho, Pei Aleph Yud, right? It's 91. It's the two names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Shem Havaya with the Shem Adnos. Rabbi Yitzchak Pershavorsk added that Pei Aleph Yud is also the Roshei Tevos of Farginin Ayid, to do kindness to your fellow man. Because if you do kindness to others, you will earn Parnasa and all goodness. Have a good Tavach.